Hello everybody and welcome back to Tekkit. So what you've got going on in the background here is just me exploring some of the underground aspects or areas of the Mystcraft world. Just collecting some resources because the world is decaying very quickly, and so I'm just trying to gather some resources as I go. I've been exploring obviously for quite a while, looking for these dungeons, but hopefully, if I've edited this all correctly, in a moment what I should do is find a dungeon, and then I think you'll see me pause the recording as such to drop you in. Yep. So I'll cut you back into the live cam now. Alright guys, so I'm just fighting a skeleton here, and hopefully if I can get around all of the bloody corners we've got, we have found what we're looking for. And it is a decaying dungeon, unfortunately, but we'll get rid of this spawner because we don't really have any use for it. I'm sure why the decay is creeping into the room, taking up the blank space. But we have some chests, so let's see what we find. We might need to throw down my ender chest and get rid of all my junk. So let's just get rid of some of this ore and junk and stuff that I've been collecting. Just for now. Just keep a little bit of building resources if I need it. So we've got a floppy disk. I don't know what that is. I've got a name tag, a safari net, some bread, and the music disc, which is not always very useful, and another name tag, another safari net, some iron, another cat disc, but also a 13 disc, some gunpowder, ooh, and a builder's wand. Builder's wand's going to be fun. That's a good find. So that's good. I'll throw that in there, and that, and that, and that, and that as well. I'll just throw that in there for now. Okay. So I think I'll just grab the mossy cobblestone because it's a useful resource. And apparently some extra or bonus redstone as well. I have found quite a lot of things like diamonds and emeralds in this world because it's dense ores, obviously. So I've done quite a lot of gathering. I've been playing this for probably about 2 hours since I recorded the last episode and started looking. This is genuinely the first dungeon or anything of interest that I've found, but we will gather my chest, gather the remaining couple of blocks of this, and we'll head back to the overworld. So I think it's safe to say that this particular underground adventure is not going to give us much of the results that we wanted. I'm pretty sure I've thrown a lot of stuff in here that I didn't mean to as the time has passed. So this should be rammed full of stuff now. So we can put a lot of this and sort a lot of this out. As you can see, look how many enchanted books and things I found while looking in different dimensional doors and things. I found lots of cool freebies, but realistically, none of this is what I wanted. The builder's one is going to be fun. It just helps with building, but I cannot find what I'm looking for. But anyway, that brings us to this episode and what I want to do today. Now, for this episode, what I want to do is I want to start to migrate to my moon base. So I'm setting up a forward operating base effectively. So I'll just quickly run to the moon, check I've got everything set up properly. I'm going to immediately die. That's a weird glitch. So on the moon now, we have a room being set up. So I've taken a lot of time to build the room. Some inverted lamps. I'm starting to put some carpenter's blocks down, just trying to beautify everything. But I need power on the moon. I need a force field because realistically I need an interdiction matrix as soon as possible because enemies, it's just ridiculous, the enemy spawns. Now we can build the force field stuff very quickly, hopefully. So we should be able to get quite a lot of these relatively straightforward and quickly. So we should be able to get each of the components that we need relatively straightforwardly. That should be enough of that. Oops, what's missing? Sorry, I missed that. An ender chest. Ooh, that bit of obsidian apparently. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. Do we have the where's my minium stone gone? So the minium stone is the key to help me get the equipment that I need. I'll keep it somewhere. Don't tell me I've lost it. It's got to be somewhere. There it is. Found it. So now that I've got almost a world-leading amount of wood, I'll go for oak wood because I have the most of that. So I'll do 5 stacks of that. Will do. I need the ender eye. What's an ender eye made of? Do I have a blaze? I do have a blaze rod, or 3 blaze rods. So let's quickly pulverize a blaze rod. And that'll give me the ender eye. And that'll let me make my introduction matrix. Shazam. I also need an anti-hostile mob. Gonna need quite a few of these. I'll take a stack. Not quite got enough to make a stack. We're also going to want an anti-spawn. But we'll leave that because that seems to be overly complicated. Is that everything that I need? I can make some capacity modules. We need to make some more just basic ones of these, do we? Make some capacity modules just to try and make life a bit easier. That's scale modules. I screwed that up, didn't I? So capacity modules require... What is going on with everything that I want to build? So that's not particularly ideal, but we can get all this sorted out again in the future. Okay, so that's that sorted. Now, we did have a spare tesseract, but I want to build my own reactor on the moon. So the power demands of the system that I'm going to have in place eventually are far greater. Take the wrench because the wrench is what I need to move this. So the power demands of what I want to have on the roof are far greater than realistically I'm currently prepared for. I don't think, I don't even know how well this is going to react with what I'm going to ask it to do. So we'll put the tesseract somewhere logical so we can then use it to extract power to everywhere else. Realistically, I only need to power the current driver, and then I can put down the Fortron capacitor wherever I want. Switch it on. I give it the capacity modules. Picks up some capacity, and then if I throw down the ender chest, because apparently I didn't make the introduction matrix, I just made the ender chest. That was wise of me. Always impressive. Always nice to get a piece of impressive behavior. In here. And then we can put the introduction matrix down wherever we want. It probably makes more sense to put it down towards the middle of the base. Come back. So if we put it like, we can put it in here, for example. So could I put it here? Will it absorb power through the wall? Yes, it will. I thought it might. So we can turn this to band. Put it to 14. And switch it on. And we'll just see how far away we go. So we should be able to stay within the base. That's the key thing. I don't mind it being a bit further afield, so I'll sort all this all out eventually. As long as I'm in the base, just needs to be a bit further. Make it 20 then, shall we? So we should be able to walk this way now without seeing the message, and this way without seeing the message, and this way without seeing the message. Good. So we've now got hopefully a little safe zone around my base where I can't get killed. Excellent. So that's the first thing sorted. The second thing is the force field emitter. So we need to make some redstone torches apparently, because even though I made like a stack of 64 last time, I've used them all for different things somehow. These are clearly very important, so I'll make 10 of them. So the force field projector is the next thing I want to build. I'm also going to want to build the sphere module, and I'm going to want to build the, where's the dome, like a dome edition or something like that, the dome module. So the dome module goes along with the sphere module. And I will need the biometric identifier eventually. What's that made of? Blank card, which is paper around steel. I got enough? Yeah, we'll just do it then. That's easy enough. We need to make an identity card as well, which is a blank card surrounded by redstone. So we can put a blank card surrounded by a redstone. That'll do that. So the force field projector. We then need the scale modules again, because I want to get it the right size. I can use these in future. I will always have a use for scale modules. The capacity ones really are going to be important now, because it's going to have a massive effect on what can be done. We also want to have some speed modules. So we need some more blank plates. So it only gives us 10. Well, that's not particularly helpful, but that'll still be, it's the transfer. We want to be able to transfer at a high rate. Okay, so let's see how far we get with this. So in the older version of Tekkit, using the old version of Galactograph, being on the moon was quite dangerous because of the meteorites. So what I'm going to want to do is put this down here, and I can put the biometric identifier wherever I want. That's not a problem, so I can just put that here if I wanted to. Doesn't really matter. I need to take the ID card and make it me. It's got my little face on it now. Then put it into here as master. That gives me all control over this. Turn that on, means it's now active. In the Fortron capacitor, we need to add the remaining capacity modules. It takes half of them away and flips it all up. We also want to give it the speed so it can transfer 14 a second. Okay. So we need to put the sphere module in here. We need to put the dome module in here. And then we need to put the scale modules in here to make it as big as we need to make it. So I think it's going to need at least sort of 12 to 15. Let's put 15 in for now. And turn it on. And it'll start to build the dome around my base. Is that going to be big enough? Have I got exactly perfect? No. So it cuts through about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 short. So if we turn that off and we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, and then switch it on. It starts to build it, but does it build it just outside? So it's just cutting through at this end. I don't even know if this building's symmetrical. That probably would have been the best thing to sort out in advance. So it's very, very close. I think it will probably get away with just 1 or 2 more. So if we put 2 or 3 more in there, let's go up to around 30, shall we? So that's 30 of those. Now, in order to make things a bit easier, I'm going to grab a lever from my collection of levers. I also want some more speed modules, so I'm going to have to sacrifice, again, however many resources I've got to make some more speed modules. So it'll just allow me to speed up my transfer and speed the process. Capacity modules, again, we'll take however many we've got of those. Back to moon. Okay, so the lever is important because it allows me to turn this on or off very easily. If I took 5 speed ones in there, it should work faster. So it should build a bit faster. If I put some more speed into there, it should transfer faster, meaning that I don't have to worry about keeping it. It's producing 5,000 a second, and that's using 440 a second, so we should be positiving on this one. No, it seems to be going down. So is this getting or losing? So it's getting and losing at about the right speed. But we now have a dome. And the dome should travel all the way around our base. You appear to be inside the dome. Why are you not being killed by the introduction matrix? What have you achieved? Why was that not on? You're still alive. Spider can't get in, which is good. But the introduction matrix is not working. Okay, so the dome is working, which is excellent. Ow. Bastard. The dome is working beautifully. It does fully encompass my base. There's lots of dead animals around here, implying that everything is working fine. We do have a little bit of a problem with the way in which it's all set up, because it's a dome and not a sphere. So we could switch the dome mode off for now and just leave it as a sphere. That will drain a bit more power, but it should fill in the gaps down here, completing the dome. The failure from the introduction matrix is now causing me problems. Just put a hole in my house. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that because of what I was finding, I found enough resources to make one energy shield transformery thing. So I took away some plates and I built the energy, whatever it is, energy shield rather than the, that appears to have made it angry. So let's switch that off and put the dome back in again. I'll deal with the dome levels later. So why aren't you working? Not because of you. Assuming it's not because of you. So why are you not being in the introduction matrix of my dreams anymore? Take action at 30 blocks. On. Oh, it is working. There we go. So it just had a little bit of teething problems. So we switch that on now. Makes a lovely noise. And that should protect us from meteorites, and it also kill the enemies. Right. So we've got that fixed now. So our force field is in place. We are safe on the moon from any falling objects as well as from the local residents, which is good because we've got quite a few experiments to run on the moon. Some with our reactors and some with the local population. We need to have a look around and see what we can find. I think there's a village over there, because I can see the domes. So that we need to go and visit them. They don't really do anything, but we can go and visit them. We need to try and find one of the underground dungeony places to see if we can get to Mars. Right, well, that is hunky funky dory. I did exactly what I wanted to do, achieved. Oh no, force field's gone. It's run out of power. So power is a problem. So the Fortron isn't enough. We need to make some more coercion drivers, and we probably need to extend them across here. They might have to have 3 across the top. That'll probably give us enough. I don't think that should be too difficult to do. Because they're not particularly expensive to make. They just require all of these parts. And such, along with everything else we ever make. And like I said, once we, oh, what? Did I not make enough for 2? Apparently not. And then we'll be able to get a lot more stuff done. Builder's one is actually going to be very helpful to help me build my moon base, make my construction a little bit easier. So because they're on 0, they should start to drive very easily. So they're driving into that. That should now have, yep, positive, so we can probably increase the speed to try and help the transfer. Introduction matrix is working. This is now got power. Yes, it's getting more power than it's using, so it can build quite quickly. Okay, now we're sorted. I thought we were sorted. I prematurely said we were sorted, but now we are definitely sorted. We are on the moon. Doesn't really help that much, but it does let me see. The dome is in place. Hello, Mr. Skelling. Hello, Mr. Hello, zombie. Bonk. You don't seem to be very interested in coming to say hello. Your friend over there seems to be the most apocalyptically cross. He seems rather too interested in me, in fact. Introduction matrix. Introduction matrix, why? Oh, flip's sake, so you can't really have. Apparently there's a problem with having... Why did that hurt me? Why did you go indoors? There's a problem with having the introduction matrix and the... force field on. It doesn't seem to make sense. You've got plenty of power to do what you need to do, plenty of range. You don't appear to be doing it. Alright, well, I'll have a play with that off camera and try and fix that problem. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode once again. We now have a force field protected moon base, which is very funky. And yeah, we can now start to set up a base on the moon. Hope you enjoyed. Bye for now, guys.